Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and welcome back to another Atlus video. Of course, we're going to talk RAIDOU some more, and I'm back home, so thank you so much for bearing with me for yesterday. Once again, I wasn't able to stream the Nintendo Direct. Big bummer, especially since I missed out on a big reveal, but you guys know me. I was alone with this one, but I freaked out, okay? I really did, not on stream, but I knew that RAIDOU was going to be there, or at least I had a very good idea that it was going to be there. Of course it showed up, and I am stoked about it. The more I look at it, I watched the spotlight that Atlus did yesterday to gather information for today's video, and man, oh man, it looks awesome, and I'm ready to play it again. Don't worry, my boy RAIDOU's free as well. Held him hostage the day after yesterday. Made sure that Atlus, was going to reveal the game. They did. Shout out to Atlus. I freed RAIDOU. Haha, let's get right into it. You guys know me. If you don't, I do these videos for big RPGs and releases that I'm excited for, like the Trails in the Skies, the first remake, or stuff like Shin Megami Tensei 5 a few years back. I like to cover and gather all information about an upcoming title that I'm excited for into one big video close to the announcement as much as possible, especially when there's a lot of editions, different pricing structures, different physical copies, digital copies of games that you can buy, and of course a bunch of new or different features for re-releases. And for RAIDOU, there's a lot to go over, so I'm gonna go over that as well for today's video. And Atlus sent me a bunch of full HD screenshots as well of the game. They look sexy as hell, so we're gonna go over that as well today. So if you want to stay up to date on all things Atlus, you're at the right place. Please consider subscribing, otherwise a thumbs up helps. Let's get right into it. RAIDOU Remastered, the mystery of the Soulless Army, was officially announced, and I'm stoked for it. The game is set to release on all platforms. The game is indeed coming out on all systems: Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. So no native Switch 2 version for now, since no one is announcing Switch 2 games, and no Xbox One versions. Other than that, it's playable on all modern hardware, which is really cool to see. It's a global launch as well on June 19th, which means that we'll be playing it at the same time as Europe and Japan, which is always a good thing. There is physical standard versions of this game, of course. That being said, not on all platforms. There's physical versions, standard physical versions for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X only. No PS4 and no PC for this one, okay? When it comes to digital versions, we're still waiting for pre-orders. When it comes to physical, pre-orders are open already. I noticed Amazon has them up. Depends on where you live. In Canada here, it's not up for pre-order anywhere, but in the States, you can pre-order it. The game looks cool, right? I said it looks cool. They changed a lot of things too. We'll talk about gameplay in a second. Well, you can get all of that for 50 bucks USD, which is crazy because Atlus is calling this bad boy a remaster, but I've seen fans online call it a remake, and obviously, looking at the trailer, it's crossing the line. It is really crossing the line to me. It's not a Persona 3 Reload to a Persona 3 FES, but it's certainly not a Nocturne HD remaster either. It looks way better than Nocturne HD does compared to the original Nocturne, and I'm stoked about it, especially when it's not even a full price game. I'm kind of confused about the pricing structure that they go for sometimes, but I am not complaining at all. So 50 bucks is the price for standard version, both physical or digital. I mentioned standard versions because we're also getting other versions. So if you are a digital person, you might want to look for the digital deluxe edition of the game, which is going for 65 USD. And here's everything that you're getting with it. It's a bunch of stuff. There is some cool things here and there, but it's mostly stuff that you can miss out on if you want. It's nothing too major. No new story content or anything. It's generally speaking minor stuff, I would say. You can get all of that for $15 extra. So yes, the digital deluxe edition is 65 USD. So for you physical game collectors here, or just physical game enjoyers like myself, we're also getting other versions. I'll stay neutral for today's video, okay? So no opinion, but we'll get back to that in a future video, okay? So you have two options if you want more than your standard version. You have your first option, which is the Famitsu Deluxe Edition or Famitsu DX Edition. So For the partnership with Famitsu, Atlus is providing a bunch of crap included and some very cool stuff, I'm not going to lie. That edition of the game is going to cost you 130 US dollars when converted from yen to USD, not including import fees and shipping fees or anything. So it is more expensive, considerably more expensive, but it comes with a bunch of other stuff. Just know that the physical version that you're going to get is a Japanese version of the game, and we don't know for now if that copy is multi-language or not. So even if you have a Switch, a region-free system, the game might not have English on it. So just keep that in mind if you go for that edition, which I'm kind of eyeing, to be honest, because it looks cool. So what's included is a metal RAIDOU figure, which is really awesome, a set of 48 Anafuda cards, a big box, which they haven't shown, a poster, acrylic stands, and a displays, a sticker, and of course your physical game. Very neat stuff. Now for us in the West, we're also going to get a special edition of the game that we haven't seen yet. We have no details on release date or pricing for that edition of the game, and it's through limited run games. So Atlus has been doing that for a while. They did it with Persona 3 Portable, with Persona 4 Golden, and on the Sega side of things, they did it more recently for the Yakuza games, Yakuza Kiwami on Switch, for example, Valkyria Chronicles as well. So Sega's kind of in a partnership with limited run games. They said that they are doing the collector's edition for RAIDOU. Fortunately for now, no photos, no pictures, no details at all. And just keep in mind, if that's what you want to go for, I would be shocked if you get that collector's edition on June 19th. So if you go through limited run games, I think you should expect additional months to get your game, you know? So something to keep in mind, but no details other than that. All right, so now let's get into the interesting stuff, which is about the game itself. So if you don't know, this game is a remaster / remake of RAIDOU Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army, a PlayStation 2 classic title that you can see right there on my shelf. Very cool game. One game that was on my Atlus backlog. I tried it a little bit, but not to completion, so I'm stoked that I waited because I'm looking at this and it looks so good. So here are the screenshots that Atlus sent me. So there's a little montage that I did. As you can see, we have fully remade visuals. The models are extremely crisp. I've seen people comparing it to like SMT5 visuals and stuff on X and Twitter and stuff. Very, very cool. So crisp, so beautiful. And the trailer that we saw first was the Switch trailer, since it was, of course, revealed during the Nintendo Direct. And man, even on Switch, it looks freaking good. Not too hard to run as well when you look at the PC specs or anything. Not that I know what I'm talking about or anything, but apparently it's very easy to run on PC. So I assume it's gonna run fairly well on other devices as well. And yeah, just look at the screenshots. They look absolutely stunning, and I'm day one. I'm in. Day one, I am in. Another reason why I'm in is the producer of RAIDOU Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, is none other than legendary developer at Atlus, Mr. Kazuyuki Yame, which if you don't know him, he is none other than, well, he worked on a bunch of titles in the past, including Nocturne, the RAIDOU titles as well, but the highlights to me are that he is the director of Shin Megami Tensei 4 and 4 Apocalypse, which SMT4 is a 10 out of 10 game, in my opinion. It's one of the best titles that Atlus has ever made, and I want to replay it now that I'm talking about it. It's absolutely good and perfect. So yeah, knowing that he's on this remaster is like, ooh, I should expect big things. So I think it's going to be really cool. I was super stoked to see that he's involved with the project. One of the big new features that they added, just like they did with Nocturne, is an English dub. The main story is fully voiced. Fully voice acted, which is by real actors too, right? So if you watch the Spotlight, there's some sort of AI thing that they did, which just pay a voice actor, please, okay? It sounded like, ooh, not too good, but the game itself sounds great, and Atlus is well known for picking great voice actors, so I'm not worried at all, but I'm stoked to see that it's an option. Now, if you want to have the classic experience, which wasn't voiced, you can disable voices in the settings, so that's an option. Who would want to do that? I got that question. Some people. The more options, the better. That's what I always say. We have 120 recruitable demons in total in the game. That is 50 demons over what was in the original title. And we have some new demons that were added as well, some from SMT5 Vengeance. Very cool to see, like, brand new demons that were, you know, the person who drew them was not even at Atlus when this game came out, but now their demons are in the game. Freaking cool. So 120 demons in total. That's freaking awesome. They didn't go in details, but they're saying gameplay improvements added, and they compared the gameplay improvements, especially in terms of combat and stuff, to the second game, which is RAIDOU Kuzunoha versus King Abaddon. Hey, gameplay improvements sounds like a thing that you need to do for a remake or remaster. Stoked. Just like with Nocturne HD, they improved the fusion system, added new settings, added new things that you can, you know, change and toggle to make fusion more fun. So, you know, I'm thinking quality of life stuff here. We also have, in terms of quality features, difficulty options, which is always good, you know, 5 difficulty options as well. And they said there is one mode that is actually a story mode, so you can't die. If you're not an action RPG fan, you just want to skim through these battles as quickly as possible and experience the story of this game, it's an option. It's an option. So it's cool. If you don't want that, play it on normal, play it on hard. I'm happy that it's an option. It makes the game more accessible to more people. That's a good in my book. If you want more RAIDOU, which we'll talk about that, you guys. We are going to talk about that in a future video. But if you want more RAIDOU, more people playing the game is a good thing. Fast travel was added as well. Auto saving feature and quick save features were added, plus a minimap. All of that to make RAIDOU Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, a game that deserves a spot in June of 2025, a modern day, because it looks modern, and apparently it's going to play like a modern title as well. I'm extremely excited for this game. It really jumped high on my list of most anticipated titles of the year alongside Trails in the Sky, the remake, so I'm very excited to play it. I'm going to be there day one, June 19th. Great time to release this game in my opinion, just beginning of summertime. That's when they dropped Soul Hackers 2 back in the day. And if you guys want additional news for Atlus, I think there's a good chance that we see another Atlus title announced next week during the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal event, Nintendo Direct, which I'm going to be streaming. That one I won't miss, plus I will go like an hour early or so. So if you want to be there with me to see potential Atlus releases get revealed, click the link in the video description, put that in your watch later list, and we'll go live an hour or so early, so it should be fun. But for now, this is everything that you needed to know about RAIDOU Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. You have a good day, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.